What's going on, everyone? This is SideLine Sports. With kickoff just a few hours away, we're going to give you our Week 1 pick'ems. These are my co-hosts, Kuz and Aboud. What's going on, guys?
How's everything going?
What's up, fellas? Always a pleasure.
All right, so I'm going to share this. So here's the Week 1 schedule for everyone to look at. So first game is going to be the Texans at the Chiefs. Kuz, what are your predictions?
The Texans went into Kansas City last year and beat Kansas City, so I think Kansas City's looking for revenge and that sort. Also, they're the defending Super Bowl champions. But ultimately, I think Deshaun's going to pull this one out, and I'm going with the Texans.
Okay, Aboud?
I'm going to go with Kuz on this one. I think that the Chiefs are riding a Super Bowl high. Travis Kelce's been slamming beers all offseason. Patrick Mahomes has been doing God knows what, $500 million. I think Houston is going to go in there, surprise them Week 1, but I do expect them to get back on track after that.
Nice. Actually, Patrick Mahomes just got engaged to propose to his girlfriend.
This dude's just been parties.
Yeah, he proposed to her the night of the ring ceremony. I'm going to agree with both you guys. Yeah. He got 2 rings that night. Okay. I'm going to agree with you guys. I think the Chiefs are going to take this one, especially. I think the Texans are going to try to – this is the first week that they're going to try to figure it out without DeAndre Hopkins. So I think the Chiefs are more prepared, I would say. Moving on to Sunday, we have, 13 games, I believe. Let's start off with Seahawks against the Falcons. Kuz?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks on this one. They got Russ. They just added Jamal Adams from us.
Aboud, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks on this one. I think Russ, every year you can't count him out. Then you group him with DK, Tyler Lockett, that defense, Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams. They'll probably make a strong run in the NFC this year. Also, Atlanta has been abysmal. Matt Ryan is Mr. Noodle Arm. I don't know how much more we can expect out of him, which really is unfortunate for Julio, but I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with both you guys. I think the Seahawks take this one. I feel like everyone's not thinking of the loss of Devontae Freeman. I know when he's injured, it kind of takes a hit on them regularly, but now this is the first season that they're not going to have him full time. And plus the Seahawks, I mean, we saw what they did last season, so I expect them to do the same, if not more, this year.
The Falcons did pick up Todd Gurley, didn't they?
That's very true too.
I honestly forgot about that until now, so I just forgot there.
No, you got a point, but
my pick stays the same.
Yeah, and so does mine. I just think the Seahawks they're way better all around, everywhere you look at it. All right, moving on. Browns at Baltimore. Kuz?
I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one. You got the dynamic playmaking, Lamar Jackson at quarterback. You got Hollywood Brown at wide receiver. And they got one of my biggest, I think was one of the best running backs in the draft class, J.K. Dobbins, this year. I just think they're much better put together team, and they're much better coach. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one. And shout out to Odell in a shitty situation.
I would.
Facts. I'm going to take Baltimore in this one, too. I think that it's a good Week 1 warm-up game for them. Not to say that Cleveland can't be contending this year at some point, but I just think Week 1, you can't go from a non-winning culture immediately into overcoming an AFC adversary, especially one with the reigning MVP, so I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, so again, I'm going to agree with you guys. So far, we're 3 for 3. I think with the reigning MVP, Lamar Jackson, I think he's only just going to get better. So I think, even though I really do believe the Browns are going to do better this year than they did last year, I think just, again, kind of like how Aboud said, it's kind of like a warm-up game for them. I think the Ravens are going to take it, and I think they're going to take it heavily, too. Moving on, your beloved Jets against the Bills. Kuz, you can gladly start this one off.
For sure. Well, y'all know who I'm going here. This will be my pick every week, no matter what. So if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. But this is my pick no matter what. I'm picking the Jets. Last year, we opened Week 1, started up 17-0 up on the Bills. C.J. Mosley went down. and the season just kept the domino effect happen, went downhill from there. So this year we're coming back with a vengeance, and I think we're going to pull this one off, especially with a healthy Sam not playing with mono.
All right, Abud.
I'm going to take Buffalo in this one, but I do think that New York probably has the best chance of winning the division, especially with the Patriots losing Tom Brady and having to come. I just think they got to shake the cobwebs off week 1. I'm going to go Buffalo week 1.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you, Kuz, too. I think the Bills are going to take this one. I do think it's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think Josh Allen can only improve. And I think the loss of Jamal Adams is going to be a lot bigger than you think. So we'll see how we'll see how the defense is going to hold up. But I do think the Bills are going to take it. Next matchup is the Raiders against the Panthers. Who's?
Man, this is such a tough decision for me. But I'm gonna go with the Panthers just because they got Christian McCaffrey. And they just signed Teddy Bridgewater in the offseason, and I just think they're the better team right now. I think the Raiders are a young, upcoming team, and they got a lot of talent, but I think that talent still needs to gel before they can beat a team like the Panthers.
Okay, Abud?
I'm going to go Raiders on this one. I really like Josh Jacobs this year. I'm expecting big things out of him. I think they have a pretty young defense. I know Jonathan Abrams was injured last season. I want to see what a healthy defense this year looks like. I'm going to take Oakland.
Yeah, I think this one was a toss-up for me. I think the Raiders will edge out the Panthers just for the sake of, I think their defense is gonna be able to. And you can't hold Christian McCaffrey, but I think you can hold the rest of the team. So basically, you just need CMC to beat you.
CMC is gonna get his 150.
Either way,
no matter what you do.
Exactly. So I think if they could just kind of manage the Panthers' offensive game plan, they should be. I think they'll take the edge on it. Now, next matchup is my beloved Bears against Lions. Who's?
I'm gonna have to go with the Lions here. I don't trust Trubisky at quarterback. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Bears because I don't even think Stafford's playing this season. Is he?
No, he is.
He is. I thought he opted out. Okay, well if he's playing, then I'm gonna stick with the Lions. I just think the Lions are the better team right now, and I really don't trust Trubisky at quarterback to win them a game.
All right, Abud?
I'm going Bears here. I think this is as good as a bye week for them week 1. Detroit's a fucking dumpster fire. I don't really expect much out of them this year again, which is a shame because they do got some kids that could play on that team, but we're on Chicago week 1.
Yeah, so just like Kuz said with the Jets, I'm going to pick the Bears every week, unless it's like a heavily contested game.
See,
but
you're not a real fan.
No, because here's why.
Nah, ain't shit.
I know my team and I believe in them, but I'm going to be more realistic than you.
No, you ain't shit.
See, Jets fans are way too much in their heads. They don't really
think.
Not even
just that knock. If your team,
it's okay. Let
your team. You pick your team every week.
Listen. So, in my opinion, you said that the Lions have a better team, and I want you to base off of what? They have a better quarterback, and that's it.
Better quarterback, Hawkinson, they just signed AP.
Okay, well, we don't know what T.J. Hawkinson is going to be able to do.
Still got Marvin Jones.
He's not better than Allen Robinson, and their number one receiver is Kenny Galladay, and he's still not better than Allen Robinson. So, again, I ask you, how are they a better team?
Jones.
Okay, but he's not better than Allen Robinson.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, and he's their number 2 receiver.
But is Allen Robinson healthy?
Yes. And he was healthy. Okay, ready? So listen.
The
Bears have arguably the best defense in the league. We can say top 5 for sure. And I know with the depleted offensive line that the Lions never managed to fix, that the Bears will be able to do what they've done to them. You said you don't trust Trubisky. I agree with you, but just to let you know, in every game that Trubisky started against the Lions, which are 4 games, he is 4-0. So again, I'm gonna take.
Oh man, I just want you to know you just jinxed yourself by saying
fine.
That.
It's fine. Hey, if they lose, by all means, they lose. Let's move on. Colts at Jaguars. Who's?
I'm gonna go with the Colts at this one. They just picked up Phillip Rivers in the offseason. They had a pretty solid draft. Jacksonville is in a complete rebuild over there with Gardner Minshew. It's not even it's a no-brainer for me. I'm going Colts.
Abud?
Jaguars are in full tank mode. They have gotten rid of every asset on that team. Only thing they got now is Gardner Minshew's stupid fucking mustache. And I'm taking the Colts in this one. I just think that they're the better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with both you guys. I don't even think this is gonna be a contest. The Jaguars again, they're getting Trevor Lawrence. That's basically what they're doing. So let's move on. Yeah. So like they're not even gonna compete this year. Let's just move on. Now here comes another division. One of the biggest like division matchups. Green Bay at Minnesota. Who's?
I'm gonna have to go with Green Bay over here. You can never count out Aaron Rodgers. You got Devontae Adams. They had a pretty solid draft as well. And honestly, Kirk Cousins just sucks. Honestly, like he literally had them beat last year, and he literally threw the ball away, and they lost. So I'm going Green Bay here.
Aboud?
I don't think Green Bay had a good draft. They didn't get Aaron Rodgers, one weapon. They drafted Jordan Love in the first round. And it was just a very confusing draft for me. I do think that they are going to win week 1, but I do think that this division rivalry between them is going to be something that comes into effect later on in the season. Because I see both of them fighting for position in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay in this one as much as I hate saying that. But let's just be real. With Aaron Rodgers at the helm, you can't count him out ever. And also, even though Minnesota has ramped up their defense, they did get rid of one of, I would say, a top 10 receiver in the league. So I think with Kirk.
Also, I think Daniel Hunter just got injured as well.
And Danielle Hunter's out for the season as well. Yeah, he's out.
Isn't he a free agent?
No.
Nah.
That was Everson Griffin. That was the other one. Yep.
So, yeah, even though their defense is stacked, again, certain losses here and there. I mean, again, you just can't count out Aaron Rodgers ever. So. The Green Bay will take that one. Moving on to another division rival. It's the Dolphins at the Patriots. Now, this is a very interesting matchup for a couple of reasons. One, no more Tom Brady, which is going to be very weird to see. But you do got Cam Newton now. And plus, as of now, Ryan Fitzpatrick is the starter, I believe. Correct? How fast does Tua get pulled in? Kuz, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup. I'm very curious to see which Cam the Patriots are going to get. But this is just one of those rivalries. You can't count out the Dolphins. They always seem to have the Patriots number. So I'm actually going to go with the Dolphins here in week 1.
Okay. Aboud?
I'm going to go with the Patriots here in this matchup. But there are brighter days on the horizon for Miami Dolphins fans. You guys tanked for Tua. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to come in. He's going to rock out with the beard. He's going to do his thing. Probably not be good enough. Probably start off 0-2, 0-3 if you guys are going to wait that long. Brighter days are on the horizon. Tua is going to be your quarterback. But Patriots, I'm taking it.
I hate that so
much. Now before I give my prediction, I want to ask both of you guys, how fast do you think Tua gets pulled in? Who's? By week what do you intend on him being the starter?
If they're smart, they'll bench him the whole year.
Okay, but say if they aren't smart.
But
we know it's not.
I would say probably around week 5 or 6, unless an injury happens.
Okay, Aboud.
Naturally,
naturally,
like probably around that 5 or 6 game mark. But like, if an injury may be earlier, but if they're smart, I think they should just let him sit a whole year and take over the next year. Because like, you don't want him to get hurt out there. They're still rebuilding the O-line.
Okay, Aboud.
You give Miami way too much credit. They're going to fuck this up the way they fuck everything up. He's coming in week 2 after they lose a 34-27 game to the fucking Patriots. And they're going to want Ryan Fitzpatrick's head. They're going to want Flores' head. They're going to want Tua out there. So that's as early as I can see him coming. I think that's a realistic possibility, especially with a franchise like Miami.
Okay, yeah. So, I kind of agree with both you guys. Miami does always seem to have the Patriots number, and it seems like that every year. But I think the Patriots are just well more suited than the Dolphins, so I'm gonna definitely take the Patriots in this one. Excuse me. So
also, they have the Patriots number in Miami. This game's in Foxborough. Yeah, so
that's also.
But it ain't Tom Brady in Foxborough. So
that's very true. But still, you got Bill Belichick.
But it is Miami.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next matchup we got is this is the last game of the afternoon games. It's Philadelphia at Washington. Kuz?
I'm gonna have to go with Philadelphia here. Obviously, the Washington, what are they? The football team now. The Washington football team. I think they're a very young, talented team. I'm actually super excited to see Alex Smith. I don't know if he'll be their starter. Did they name him like the starter?
I think Dwayne Haskins still starting.
Dwayne Haskins. All right, so then I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one. I think the Washington football team is they're getting younger. They got Chase Young on the edge, but this game I'm going Philadelphia.
Okay, Abud.
This is such a terrible game. I don't know.
This is your favorite two teams. What are you talking about?
I don't want either team to win. I hope this ends in a tie. Honestly, that would be kind of lit, like a 0-0 tie. Washington.
Just inform you guys, he's a Giants fan. Continue.
Washington is in like a weird downward spiral. There's like a scandal with the owner, and there's a bunch of weird non-football stuff going on. I think it's going to come into effect this year. So I'm taking Philly in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with both of you guys. I think you guys are also. Again, I know as a Giants fan, you're always gonna say this or disagree with me, but I think you guys are like understating the Eagles. I know last year they didn't have a great year, but I felt like nobody on their team was healthy.
My biggest question is, what are they gonna do now if Carson Wentz gets hurt? And
that's what I'm saying. Goals? So when they're healthy, I believe the Eagles are always contending for the playoffs.
Yeah. Don't they have Nate Stidham?
Who? You're mixing two different.
I don't know, bro.
First of all,
listen. None of us like the Eagles. Why? How would we know that?
You just mixed two players together.
Yeah, I don't he sound like a backup?
I don't know.
Like a backup, though.
I don't know what Nate's. I don't know what Nate's last name is, but I know what quarterback you're talking about. But Garrett Stidham is on the Patriots.
Yes, Nate Sudfeld.
That's close to Stidham.
Guy. Come on, guys. A for effort.
Okay. Anyway, the Eagles are gonna take this one. Let's just move on. There's nothing else to cover about Washington. All right. So starting the later games, Chargers at Bengals. Who's?
Who did the Chargers? Tyrod's their starting quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one. I think Tyrod is he's a very serviceable quarterback. He can be very good. It depends on which one you get, but I think this defense is gonna win this game for him. And the Bengals are a young team. Joe Burrow is gonna get his feet wet in the NFL. We'll see what happens. We'll see how he pans out. I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay, Abud.
I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one too. They have a great defense. They just paid Joey Bosa. They got the safeties positions figured out. They got Dante Dion. They got a lot of talent on that defense. Also, just given the world that we are in right now, if you've been watching Hard Knocks, you've seen that their prevention against COVID and making sure that their players are staying healthy is probably one of the best in the league, especially in an area like California. That's pretty impressive. And I think that in a season like this, where so many players are dropping like flies, it's going to come down to whatever team can stay the healthiest is going to make a strong push. So you got to give credit where credit's due. So I'm going to take the Chargers in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers just based off of I guess the normal idea of the Bengals are still very, very young. Also, it wasn't like they've been competing for the last two seasons, so I don't see why Joe Burrow would be able to take them over the top in his first season as a rookie. Now, if you consider if AJ Green and the rest of the receivers stay healthy, then maybe you'll give them some offense, but that defense is just atrocious. Again, so I'm going to take the Chargers, but here's another question. How fast do you think Justin Herbert will be in?
That depends on Tyrod's health, honestly. I think they're gonna sit Justin Herbert as long as they can and only bring him in in case of an injury, but he will be their quarterback too.
Okay. How about you agree?
Yeah, all respect to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tyrod Taylor is not Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tyrod Taylor can play. It's just like who said, it's a matter of his health. And I think that the Chargers are cool with potentially going 8-8, 9-7 this year if it means Tyrod playing the whole year, giving Justin a whole year to sit under the system. Like, you know, that's Tyrod's job, and he's been quite a mentor for him. So unless it goes really bad, like unless you're getting blown out, you're not putting up any points, you can't even get the ball off, you have lost all vision on the field, I don't see him coming in.
Okay. Now moving on to probably the most anticipated game of the year. Or the week, I should say. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady against Drew Brees and the Saints. Kuz?
This is a very interesting matchup. It's Tom Brady's first game in a different uniform that's not New England. And the Buccaneers were already a top offense in the league without Tom Brady. But at the end of the day, I just think the Saints are the better team. They got Drew Brees, can't count him out. They got Michael Thomas. They got Alvin Kamara. I like the Saints in this one.
Okay, Abud?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Buccaneers in this one. The Saints, very good offense. I think a lot of players have Drew Brees on their list this year. I think it's gonna be a pretty tough year for him, and I do think the Bucs they're riding the high of this new revamp that they got. So I'm taking the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think as much as I okay, in my opinion, I do think the Saints should win this one. But I think with Tom Brady, again, he's kind of like another Aaron Rodgers. He's the GOAT. You can't ever count him out. Plus, he has actual weapons this year. Now, granted, the offense plan isn't as like well panned out as the Patriots, but I mean, when you have receivers who can actually run routes and that are big, aggressive, fast, I don't think you can count on Tom Brady. So I'm gonna take the Buccaneers in this one.
Here's the
Moving
question,
on.
though.
What's up?
Hold on. I got a question.
What's up?
Does Tom Brady get the same treatment that he got in New England, or are they going to allow players to actually hit him in Tampa Bay?
Well, what do you mean? As a Jets fan, tell us about the Patriots.
It's not even just as a Jets fan. It's just as a football fan in general. If you played the Patriots, if your team has played the Patriots, you can't even breathe on that man without getting a flag. Like, literally.
I got 2 rings against him. I don't got a problem with the man.
Okay.
Yeah, but I guarantee you in those games, you got some bullshit penalties for fucking roughing the passer just by looking at him.
Oh, we lit his ass up. But Strahan, Justin Tuck, OC, man. Let's not talk about that, guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. You guys are about to make me fucking cry right now. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Next matchup, we got the Cardinals at the 49ers. Who's?
I'm going to go with the 49ers on this one. They're the Super Bowl runner-ups. You know, they're a very well put together team, and I think they had a pretty solid draft as well. The Cardinals are young and on the up and up, but the San Fran, there's just more experience there. I'm going San Fran.
Abud?
Yeah, I'm going San Francisco. That defense, man, is vicious. It's something fierce. And, you know, they always have like a running back by committee. They just have a very lucid, very just fluid offense. It's you can almost put anybody in there and they're gonna ball out. You know, I'm taking San Francisco.
And I've had games last year in fantasy where like I had 2 or 3 of their running backs, and like both of them would be getting like 15, 20 points.
Easily.
So, like, they share the rock all the way around.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to agree with you guys. I think the 49ers take this one. Not to knock anything off the Cardinals offseason. I mean, they added DeAndre Hopkins. They added added that part out, actually, because I don't know who else they added. I didn't know. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna just start that one over. All right, so I'm gonna take the 49ers in this one. Even though the Cardinals did add DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason, I think the 49ers defense is just way too good for them to even let anything happen. Again, DeAndre Hopkins is one of those players that can get his own, but I think they'll be able to tire him out. Plus, I mean, you got a defensive line that stacked with Nick Bosa leading the charge. I don't think Arizona even has a chance to get the ball off. All right, so for the first Sunday night game, we have the Cowboys at the Rams. Kuz?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one. They got Zeke. They got probably one of the best offensive lines in the league, and they just added C.D. Lamb in the first round of this year's draft. Los Angeles lost Todd Gurley and pretty much everybody that makes money, and they're still in debt. But I'm going with the Cowboys on this one, as much as I hate the Cowboys.
All right, Aboud, your beloved Cowboys.
They're really good this year, which is terrible. They have like a pretty loaded offense. Los Angeles just hasn't recovered since that Super Bowl loss. I'm going Cowboys week 1. And of course, they always have the Sunday night game. They own Sunday night. I don't know how Jerry Jones finesses this, but they are always the Sunday night game. You know what?
I don't know why you're complaining. You're on the Monday night game.
Yeah, but they always, if you can look throughout the rest of the season and check out how many Sunday night games the Dallas Cowboys specifically have. This ain't the 1970s. They ain't America's team no more.
And let's be real. The Giants only got Monday night because of Pittsburgh. Not because
exactly. That's not our Monday night game. That's their Monday night.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think they're just a better team all around. Offense, defense, special teams, everything. And like who said, they did add some extra weapons for Dak. Now we'll see what happens and how Dak is going to, I guess you want to say, recover after not getting the contract that he asked for. But I don't think that's going to hold them back as much as I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead with the Cowboys on this one. Moving on to the Monday night game. So here you go, Aboud. You got your Monday night game. Pittsburgh at New York. Kuz?
Man, as much as I want the Giants to beat the Steelers, and it pains me to say this, I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one. I just think they're the better team right now, and like that you know, that's it. That's all I got.
Aboud?
I hope y'all beat them though, Aboud. I really do. I hope I'm wrong on that pick, honestly.
I would go ahead.
I mean, I'm not even mad. This is where I gained some credibility with the following. We are notoriously bad week 1. It doesn't matter what year we have come out. I don't care what stats you pull up. We are notoriously bad week 1. But have no fear, Giants fans. This is going to be a good year for us. Just not a good week for us. I think that we're not used to playing healthy. Also, we probably have the worst conditioning team, the worst injury prevention team in the league because we have guys every week. We never have a full roster. I think the shock of playing with a healthy team is going to like blow everybody's mind. We're not going to know how to operate. So I think week 1 is going to be a little sluggish for us, but it is going to be a good year for us.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers on this one. I think their defense is going to be able to, as much as I don't want to say Aboud, they're going to kill the Giants offense.
I wouldn't say all that. It's not going to be that. Yeah, they're gonna get a win. Don't forget, we're at home. It's not like we're in Pittsburgh.
But you got no fans, so really, what does home field advantage do?
No, they know I'm there.
Okay, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, well, I still think the Steelers are gonna take this one. I'm not gonna say they're gonna blow them out. I don't think they will blow them out, but I do think they're gonna have the edge over them just because of their defense. And I think we can all agree their defense is better than the Giants' offense. Okay.
No.
Yes.
I don't think we could agree. I don't think that that's a thing. I think
yeah, you won't agree.
Our offense is, when healthy, arguably top half of the league. Evan Ingram, Golden Tate, Darius Slade, Sterling Shepard. No. We just kind of revamped. We have a young offensive line, but I wouldn't say just better. Move on. I understand what you're saying. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So the last game to close out the week, or week 1 for this year, is Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Kuz?
Man, I'm gonna go with Tennessee Titans here. They just locked up Ryan Tannehill. Me personally, I think they overpaid for him, but whatever, they got their quarterback. He just got to manage the game. That defense is rock solid, and the Broncos just lost Von Miller, so my pick is the Titans on this one.
Aboud?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Titans with this one. I'm a real big Mike Vrabel fan. I like everything that he's doing down there in Tennessee. Derrick Henry is a beast. That defense is pretty good itself. I'm taking Tennessee week 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with both you guys. I think the Titans will have the Titans have the better team, and I think starting off the week with Derrick Henry riding the wave that he was on last season, I think it just continues for him. They're gonna keep steamrolling, and also I know the Broncos got Melvin Gordon in the offseason, but again with that defense, at how well circulated they were all last season. We'll see what happens, but I do think the Titans take the edge in this one.
I do think that like it's not going to be like a blowout or anything.
No.
Like I'm super excited for this matchup just to see the Denver offense because they're going to have an electric offense. They got a very fast offense.
Yeah,
and we're really going to see what Drew Lock is made of because they got him some serious weapons, big time.
Yeah, they added a lot of firepower for him, so I don't think.
But at the end of the day, defense wins you games. So like their main defense is gone.
And again, just to add on to that, I don't think with all the offensive talent that they got him, you can't really give him an excuse for why he can't get them the ball. So I think that it's going to be a huge step for him in his sophomore campaign. So we'll see what he's really made of.
Also, hey, what do you guys think about fucking Dolphins saying that they're gonna allow fans in the stadium? We're a fucking COVID hotspot. You're gonna allow fans in the stadium.
You guys are currently okay.
Like,
so you guys have the better knowledge for this answer.
It's the most Miami thing I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah.
Miami does not
honestly
not abide by like national law, by CDC health rules. Miami is its own continent. Like they just do whatever the fuck they want.
Like, you know how like we tell you that like sometimes we forget Chicago is just a city in another state. We think it's its own state. It's like same thing with Miami down here. They're like they really should be their own state, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so now to add on, just one last thing to add on to it. Very, very early Super Bowl predictions. What's going through your minds, guys? Who's?
I mean, like, obviously you can't count out the defending Super Bowl champs, so they're definitely in the talks. I like the Buccaneers as a contender. Obviously you can't count the Saints out in the NFC.
So give me this.
Seahawks.
Give me your. So you picked the Chiefs to come out of the AFC. I'm assuming. So who's your pickup for the NFC?
Man, you know what? I think we get a rematch. I think we get San Fran, Kansas City too.
Okay, Aboud.
I'm not biased. Giants, Chiefs, Giants, Ravens, something like that.
Wait, what?
This guy, I'm a bias. Giants, Ravens, Chiefs, something like that.
Yeah, Giants, Ravens, Giants, Chiefs, something like that.
Yeah, you get it. Giants and Super Bowl. All right, basically.
You heard me say it. It's gonna be a good year.
You're thinking a great year. That's a phenomenal year.
It's gonna be a good year, buddy.
Typical Giants fan. Just before we get out of here, we just want to give a huge shout out to our marketing manager, Dania. You guys see these backgrounds and all these logos that we've been doing. She's a huge help on all of our socials, all of our editing, our pictures, everything. So we just wanted to shout her out, and we really appreciate all the hard work that she puts in behind the cameras. I know you guys see us doing all these things, and you'll see future stuff, but as we progress as a company and as our fans progress with us, you'll also see all the progressions that are happening are behind the scenes, mainly from her. So we just want to give a huge shout out to her. All right, guys, so that was our week 1 pick'ems. Be sure to stay tuned for all of future content that we bring out, especially because the NFL season is here, and we'll give our weekly predictions. Also, be sure to follow us on all of our socials. They'll all be in the description. Again, and we also just want to keep saying thank you guys for all the support that you guys have given us. In just 2 days, we've seen great numbers from you guys, so we appreciate it. We hope you guys stay for the long run with us.